Well, hello there everyone and welcome into this course. Now this course is exciting for me. Exciting, yes, because I'm an Amazon KDP self-published author. I've been doing this for a long time. And it's the first time right now that I found it extremely easy to put a book on Amazon without any difficulty whatsoever. Now, of course, I've gone on and about and I have experience in this platform, and so I can teach you a couple of tricks, especially when it comes to formatting your books, because I believe you're going to have a bunch of error messages. Of course, if you're starting out as a beginner, that's extremely normal, but we're going to walk through that. So I'm going to show you how you can use Chatgpt to write the ebook, okay? We're going to start from scratch. As a matter of fact, I've already went ahead and published the book because you said at the beginning of the course, I told you, this book is something I'm looking to sell. I'm not looking to make, zero money from this. And as the course continues, I'm going to show you the reports. Now, just now I have one sale and I've just put this book yesterday and I've already made $2.19, zero promotions right now. Still, I made $2.19, which is quite impressive because I have a guy who's going to help me promote. He's a Fiverr ebook promoter. He also promotes paperbacks, and I'm going to hire him. But I'm also going to show you some tricks that you can use to promote your book. Now, let me give you an example of what you're signing up for. Now, I've written a book about how much money you can make from Chatgpt. It's called the 59 Chatgpt Hacks to Make Money Online. And as an expert on the Chatgpt topic, I've been using Chatgpt ever since it came out. So you could call me a prompt engineer. Have a look at this. Even though I've shown you this at the beginning, but let me just repeat myself. If you have a look at this, for example, we can take this book. 1,190 reviews are already on the book. Now, I have to tell you that only about 3% or less people ever leave reviews, which indicates that this person has already sold, let's say, if we do the math, well, let's just take a number, big number, 50,000, probably 50,000 copies. Now, this book is sold at $12.99 as a paperback book on Amazon, which means that the guy is at least making about $2.4 when it comes to the royalty for each book he sells. Okay? And so, this guy would by now have made more than $100,000 from this one book alone. And you want to know the funny thing? If I go to the book right now, this book was written by Chatgpt, and I have the proof for you right here. Stay with me. All right, so I'm just going to click on the look inside. Right, let me just, for a moment here, it fails to load it for some reason. Right, so here we are in the look inside. And if I just were to scroll down, because I've studied this book, and my goal is to take this book out of the top position and to position myself as the competitor and to take all the sales. And I just thought this is an opportune moment to share with you what I'm going to do, all right? Because I believe so many of you are going to get inspired, especially because this is a Chatgpt way of publishing a course. But right here, just look at this guy. In the book, he mentioned how he wrote the book using Chatgpt. Now, if I scroll down, in his own words, tools I used to write this book, aside from Chatgpt, which means that he has used Chatgpt, and also he has used Jasper AI to write a book which, in my opinion, is not the best Chatgpt book out there. And I really honestly think that the book I have written is much better. Now, the book that we're going to publish, we're going to put it as an ebook. So we're going to publish it in ebook format. Also, we're going to publish it as a paperback, and we're going to publish it as a hardcover. Now over here, the hardcover is a little bit more difficult to publish because see, there's always issues with certain pages. Amazon is going to send you some messages telling you that we found some illegible content that cannot be read. And so you have to fix that. So I'm quite currently fixing that, but I've done 80% of the work. I've already published the ebook and the paperback, and now the only thing left is the hardcover. And of course, I'm going to promote this book as we go. Now, it's not an easy thing. The easiest part about this is writing the book itself, because Chatgpt will write the book for you. But the other parts are really technical, and you have to really pay careful attention to what I'm going to teach you. So for instance, over here, let's open up the manuscript just so you can see the ebook manuscript. Now, this is not the ebook manuscript, to be precise. This is the paperback manuscript. I'm going to show you the ebook manuscript in KPF or KPF format. And I'm also going to show you how to format it using Amazon KDP tool known as Amazon Kindle Create. Now, if I scroll down, this is the title of my book, which is perfectly fine. And if I just were to scroll down just a little bit over here, now this is taking a little bit longer. This is the table of contents because this is a paperback. So the table of contents, we have to have it. Also, there is no links because it's a paperback. It's a copy that people can buy of your book. Then there is the introduction of the book. Then if I were to scroll down just a little bit more, right here, I've done quite a trick. Why you should listen to me. And also, this is also to build some credibility because people won't listen from anyone. So obviously here I'm telling them that I'm an entrepreneur. I have 5 years of experience as a digital entrepreneur, making over $100,000 a year. So stuff like that to just kind of get people to basically respect what you have to say. And over here, I have a QR code that I created using Canva that basically leads to a website or a web page that I created with ConvertKit. Let me actually go ahead and show that to you because what I'm intending to do is not just to sell them a book, but I want to get their email address. So if you have a phone, right, you can download an app, okay, to basically scan these barcodes. So I'm putting it over here. I'm giving them an incentive. So I'm saying if you scan this barcode, you will get a copy of all the prompts, 59 prompts that we have used or explained in the book. You will get them for free. And so if they scan this code, immediately it's going to take them to this page. And if they basically sign up with their email address, they will be able to receive an email, okay? An email that helps them download the book. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do the demonstration right now. Now, I think I have to try a different email address because I've used 2 of my professional email addresses already. So here, you might be wondering why I have a lot of email addresses. Well, that's because there's a lot of bank accounts, there's a lot of information, and so you can't really have one email address. So over here, let me go. So I'm actually here on my email. Let's check this email that we have basically received after filling this form. And normally, inside the email, we should be able to download the free copy of our book. So let me just reload. Okay, if I don't receive a message, that's no problem because probably I've already signed up with this email address. But the point is, people can actually sign up to your list. Now, let me just check one thing. All right, so over here, you can see the email. Now, if I click on download the free resource, it's automatically going to download this resource. You see it here? So if I click right now, you have your resource and I have the email. Okay, so that's very good. Okay, because I can target these people later when I create a new book, or I can target them to sell my other courses, or I can target them for anything I want. But the point is, you not only get people to buy your book, but you also make sure that you get those email addresses because chances are if those people invested money in a paperback book that is worth $15.99, which is the price that this book retails at on Amazon, then chances are these people are high-end customers that you want to keep in your base so that you can sell other products to them. Now, fast forward enough, just let me scroll a little bit more to kind of show you. So this is the copyright page. I'm going to help you build this page. And one thing right now that I want to make clear, okay? I'm quite rigid at this. My students, people that are watching this course, I don't want to cause you any issues because first of all, I don't want that for myself. And so I'm going to teach you everything that I know regarding copyright because it's a serious issue. See, you can fall in a problem if you don't take certain precautions. Now over here, if you read the copyright, it starts off by saying that this book shouldn't be reproduced, that under no circumstances it should be stored, and also it's protected under the section 107 and 108 of the 1976 United States Copyright Act. This book is protected under the copyright laws, which means that if anyone uses my book, I can actually literally sue them. Now here, this book is intended solely for informational, educational purposes, it should not be used as a substitute for professional, financial, or legal advice. Okay? So, therefore, any reliance placed on such information is strictly at your own cost. And also, this book might include affiliate links. Everything that I'm saying right now is protecting me from any legal repercussions, and so will it protect you. Actually, when we come to the part where I show you how to build the copyright page, I'm going to share with you my copyright page, and you can actually tweak that, all right? You just have to basically here, the only thing you're going to do is change the name of your your publishing name. Now here, I'm using my own Passive Income Gen Z brand. I have another brand, which is WP So Simple. But this brand, Passive Income Gen Z, is basically what I'm using for my pen name. You can call it a pen name if you don't like using your own name. Now, fast forward a little bit. I actually clearly state that people should consult a professional advisor or attorney before making any financial decisions based on the content of this book. Because the last thing you want is someone reading your book, then let's say, for example, quitting their job and actually suing you for not delivering on your promises. So this stuff that I'm saying is 1 in a million. So chances this stuff might produce itself is 1 in a million, but it's extremely important to protect yourself whenever anything arises. And also, if you have used Chatgpt to write the book, make sure that you put it in the copyright. You could say that parts of this book were written using the help of Chatgpt. Now, I think that Jordan Peterson will tell you don't lie. I'll tell you don't lie. Okay, so if you have wrote the book entirely using Chatgpt, feel free to mention that in the copyright. Just say it. You can say, this book was written using Chatgpt, okay? Because that is protection for you, okay? So whatever the case may be, say whatever the case may be. Don't try to change the truth. So now, of course, this book is going to sell. I am pretty confident that I'm going to make money from this book because I've already had some success selling courses, being a bestseller, 5 times bestseller. Now, of course, from time to time, they take my bestseller tags. They keep some, they take some. But I'm a bestseller. I have the quality of a bestseller. And so I can be a bestseller in any platform. And also, I know that the consistency of marketing is actually what makes a bestseller. And I'm just going to keep marketing this book and marketing it. And also, I use the help of so many experts at selling Amazon books. Because from my experience, these guys, they can really put you in the first position of Amazon. And that's what where you need to be. Now, if you scroll down, you can see that the book is pretty straightforward, very useful. Actually, you can see this is the introduction, but mainly the book has a lot of ideas on how to use Chatgpt to make money. For example, if I scroll down, now the first methods, let me just scroll down to the first initial method that people can make money with. This is all basic stuff, actually going through the platform and how people can use Chatgpt and what extensions they should install to make sure they use it to the best of its ability. That is for people that are Chatgpt illiterates, because most people don't know Chatgpt. You might be surprised, but most people haven't really used it. There's only a tiny minority of people, and if you've been using it, then you're part of that tiny minority of people. But it just so happens that we kind of generalize, and we think that just because we're doing something, everybody else is doing it. Turns out, it's not the case. Now, if I scroll down over here, this guy is offering his services as a freelancer on Fiverr, proofreading your ebook or book for $300. So this actually will motivate people. Hey, you can proofread books for a living on Fiverr. This guy is doing it. And you know what? He's getting paid $300. Guess what? Chatgpt can actually help you proofread books in a second. And you don't even need to do it yourself. Now, this is the first method I teach them. And I teach them how to basically use Chatgpt, what kind of prompt they should paste, and even where to paste the prompt and the result, and how to wait for the result, and how to deliver the result to the customer. And so you can see over here, this is pretty good. Also, I'm showing them how they can go about getting their first clients, and I'm directing them to the fact that they can go and search on Amazon for self-published authors, because these people really need, they really need people to do the basic proofreading for them because they have ebooks published on Amazon. Then we go through the second way to make money using Chatgpt, which is writing email sequences for cold email lead generation. And this guy is certainly a proof of concept. He's charging $250 for I think something like 4 emails, which can be done using Chatgpt in a flash of a second. And I'm also sharing with them the prompt and everything necessary for them to be able to use this. So this book, to cut it straight, is a book for people seeking to make money online. And for people seeking to make money online without the necessity of having to learn a bunch of things. They can just pick one of those things that are taught in the book, and they can actually go about doing it. And it's really thorough. For example, in this particular section of the book, I teach them how to bypass AI content detectors to make sure that their content doesn't come across by AI content detectors as content that is generated by AI. And I even give them the links to these websites that they can go to check for content, AI content percentage, and also how they can go about making sure to bypass these systems by simply using Grammarly and checking for plagiarism to obtain results, such as this particular result here, which shows 98% of the text that was generated by Chatgpt at the time as 98% human generated, which is stunning. Now, this book goes on and on and on and on, and it's 152 pages. It's true that I have written most of the book myself. Let's say about 80% of the book was written by myself. And the other parts of it, the generic parts of it, such as the introduction, why should you listen to me, the copyright page, all of the other stuff was written using Chatgpt. But mainly, the book was written by me. Now, in your case, you don't have to write the book entirely by yourself. You can write it entirely using Chatgpt, and I'll show you how. Now, this is the initial part of the book. This is the manuscript. And this manuscript is good for both paperback and hardcover. That's the good thing. When you format your manuscript in a PDF format, 6 by 9 inches, you can use it for both paperback and hardcover. Now, over here, we have the same manuscript in different formats. We have it in doc file. We also have the free lead magnet that we're giving people in exchange for their email addresses. And I'm going to show you how you can create that as well if you are willing to create that. I'm also going to show you how to set up the ConvertKit page so you can basically squeeze people's email addresses with a barcode that'll help you design using Canva. And also here, I must insist that, well, actually, this is the barcode here. I can show it to you. And I'll just literally show you the paperback book cover and the ebook cover before we dive deep inside the course. So this is the barcode that people will scan. And as a result of it, you will basically get their email address. And so here, this is the hardcover cover. So the hardcover book has a different cover than the paperback, and the paperback has a different cover than the ebook. So each one of them has a different cover, and you really have to be quite the expert at formatting these covers. And I just happen to be an expert in that subject, which means that you guys and girls wouldn't have to struggle with it. So here you can see that this is the cover of my hardback, and this is the cover of the paperback. Now you'll notice that they are in PDF format. Now the cover and the hardcover, the paperback cover and the hardcover book are actually the image or the cover of these books. They should be in PDF format. So this is the paperback cover. You notice that it's the spine area is a little smaller than the spine area of the hardcover. And that's actually not by accident, because the hardcover is a massive, massive book. It's much bigger than the paperback. And it's usually bought by people who want the aesthetics and who want the precision. Now this is the ebook cover. And I've actually designed the ebook cover using Canva. But for example, this robot right here, I have used Midjourney to generate him, and I've used Midjourney to generate plenty of other things. But the robot that you can see over there was generated using Midjourney, which is just a solution that I pay for $20 a month to kind of get access to generating any kind of image I want. And it helps me generate these kind of things. And you can see the effects. They're a pretty amazing effect. Like for example, Chatgpt, I put a lightning bolt. I made sure that Chatgpt and hacks stand out then to make money online. The 59, and I put a coin in the background to kind of put emphasis on the fact that this is a book that's going to help you make money. And also here you can see the rocket. But the point being is that this is good, okay? And you can reproduce this And this is something you can make money off of if you are willing to follow instructions. And for that, I'll actually dive deep in the next lectures. And the first thing I'm going to start with is creating the outline for the book. And so see you in the next lecture where I'm going to show you how you can use Chatgpt to write an outline of the book. But first of all, we're going to have to brainstorm ideas for the book. And we'll do all in the next lecture or the next couple of lectures. Stay tuned and see you in the next section.